In this video, I'm going to answer the question, what is TQ and what is PMTQ? In 2019, the Project Management Institute released a report on the future of work. It was based on their 11th Pulse of the Profession survey. But this report was different to any of the earlier survey reports. They called it Leading the Way with PMTQ, and it introduced PMI's concept of Project Management Technology Quotient. So what is a technology quotient, and what does the PMI mean by a Project Management Technology Quotient? Well, let's start with TQ, Technology Quotient. The term TQ seems to have been around since 2007, maybe even earlier. And it refers to our ability to adapt to and work with technology. My favourite definition is from John Burton. He wrote it in an article about TQ and the digital skills gap. It was published by technology management company NPI, and it describes TQ as our ability to assimilate or adapt to technology changes by developing and employing strategies to successfully include technology in our work and life. A high TQ includes the right attitude, capabilities, and decision-making strategies to fully leverage technology. A person with a high TQ organises work to take full advantage of available technology, reaps a payback from taking technology risks, and takes advantage of the opportunities technology presents. The PMI seems to have coined the term PMTQ, but it doesn't explicitly define it, although what they mean by PMTQ seems to be abundantly clear from the report. PMTQ means the ability to manage projects and have a high technology quotient. And of course, this is a combination that already has a huge demand in the job market worldwide, and that can only be set to increase. But you know what? I reckon it's always been the case that project managers have worked with leading edge technology, even when leading edge technology was levers and pulleys, and they were building giant monumental stone structures like pyramids and Stonehenge and things like that. As project managers, we've always been building the future, and that has always meant engaging with the latest technology. So this is nothing new, and it's nothing to be scared of. It's something we will naturally embrace. But the PMI focuses on technology and disruption, and recognises that if organisations are to survive and thrive, they need to deal with and incorporate disruptive technology, which means their projects are going to have to work with and deliver that technology, and their project managers are going to have to be sufficiently technology savvy to work at that leading edge. We're going to need our high technology quotient, our high level of tech savvy, firstly so that we can understand the projects that we are charged with implementing, but secondly, and arguably more importantly, so that we can work effectively with the engineers and the technologists and sometimes the scientists who are going to be charged with doing the technical work of delivering those projects. We need to be able to communicate with them, and we need to be able to communicate with them as equals. The PMI goes on to define the characteristics of a high PM technology quotient. And I have to say, I admire the definition they've come up with, because it isn't the obvious. If you were to think about it for a short while, you'd probably come up with things like knows a lot about new technology, is comfortable with change, readily adopts new ways of thinking and new tools and techniques. And all of those are undoubtedly true. But I think the PMI has done an excellent job in identifying three somewhat more subtle and sophisticated indicators of a high PM technology quotient. The first of these is an always-on curiosity, a willingness to explore, to learn, to innovate, and to experiment. And that spirit is what guides a lot of agile project management, but taken to its extreme, it's about being comfortable not with the new technology, but with the uncertainty of abandoning the old. The second is all-inclusive leadership. And this is about working with as diverse a work group, a team, as is possible. And I don't just mean this, and they don't just mean this in terms of the common elements of diversity, gender, sexual orientation, race, culture. They take it far further. And it's not just about the diversity of the skills and the experience that people need to bring to make highly innovative technology projects work. They give a fascinating example of NASA engineers and project managers needing to incorporate artificial intelligence as project team members. And the final characteristic of a high PMTQ is to create a future-proof talent pool. It's not enough to have that easy attitude to letting your team get on with its work. You have to take control of giving them opportunities to develop and to grow and to progress and to keep up with and stay ahead of technology changes and of methodology changes. I'll put a link to my full article which summarises and assesses the PMI's report in the description below. But I think it's absolutely clear that if you are to succeed as a project manager in the 21st century, you are going to need a high project management technology quotient. You're going to need to be comfortable in a challenging environment and ready for whatever changes are coming. You need to be able to work with the most diverse possible project teams, and you will need to be able to constantly develop yourself and your team to prepare it for the future. Please do give us a like if you've enjoyed this video. There's loads more great project management content to come, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.